الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أي الله جل جلاله نجري وينزا tukwebaza Allah olw'ekiro kino ekirungi batutudde wano mu kizimbe ekirungi amakiribona ku nsi yaffe Uganda nyaffe Uganda. Tukwebaza Allah kubanga otuleese mu kifo kino ekirungi. Tukusaba Allah jalla jalaaluhu abakyaliyo naddala abakulembeze baffe badambuze bulungi, abayayaanira obuyinza Allah bubawe naddala nga gwabakubye omutooki kuba gwasinga okumanya eby'omunda n'ebyolwatu, n'abakyabunywezeza Allah nga babwagala beera ng'obubawa kubanga era gwasinga okubamanya. Byonna Allah tubikusabye n'abalwana abayayaanira obuyinza ababaka ba paalamenti ebifo eby'enjawulo Allah gwasinga okulonda abakulembeze. Tukusaba tulondera abakulembeze abalungi. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayka. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Musikilize nedala tukitambule ffenna. The grace
of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us all and forevermore. Amen. I feel like we're now on the same wavelength.
Of course. Yeah, basebo ne banyabo tubategeeza nti abakulu bamaze dda okutuuka era nga bwe bali bagenda kuba batwegattako tugende mu nteekateeka ey'okukubaganya ebirowoozo. Endowooza nti tulina bakugenda mu nteekateeka y'okukubaganya ebirowoozo, kati soke twanjulira abantu abagenda okulemberamu dibeeti y'olwaleero ku Lwali TV.
One of the contenders that will be joining us tonight is Mr. Frank Mulira Kaminga. He is the Revolutionary People's Party chosen presidential flag bearer, and that is in the upcoming 2026 general elections. He's known for his strong stance on federalism and is sending a clear message to the country. He also believes change needs to happen in the country, our beautiful Uganda.
Tusubira Frank Mulira ate nga tusubira ne Joseph Mabirizi Elton era yajja kubanga atwegattako mumwejjukira bulungi nnyo yavuganyako ku ntebe y'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga mu kulonda kwa 2016.
And also we'll be expecting to hear from Nathan Mandela Mafabi. This one is a prominent Ugandan politician. He's also an accountant and a lawyer by profession, and is also a key figure in the opposition Front for Democratic Change. He has currently he has served as the Secretary General before, and now is going to be leading them to finally, hopefully, get to lead Uganda for the next 5 years.
Tufuna amannya amalala njagala okubategeeza nti abagenda okulemberamu kipeeki eno si yeffe abali wano, wabula tulina Priscilla Regina Nalwoga olino nga emuweereza wa program ya Morning at NTV. Era omulimu guno agukoledde ddala n'obuvunaanyizibwa obwetaagisa, era agukoledde ddala okumala ekiseera nga afuuse ekyokulabirako eri abaana bayagalira okwegatta ku mulimu guno ogw'amawulire. Gwe njogerako alina eddoboozi. Priscilla, abantu babuuzeeko. Abantu babuuzeeko.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Are you ready? Is Uganda ready? That's the spirit. Thank you very much. My name is Priscilla Regina Nalwoga, and I'm pleased to be your moderator for the presidential debate race for 2026 elections.
And next to her is Arnold Segawa, a doctor, a monetarist. He's a central bank scholar as well. He's a former broadcaster. I'm sure you've probably seen him grace the screens on NTV tonight. And now he returns to moderate this presidential debates. You can say hi to the viewers. He also likes to be called a nice guy. Let's see if he's actually a nice guy.
Yes, thank you for that. And good to be home, good to be back, and looking forward to asking some tough questions. Thank you.
That's what doctors do. I've never seen a doctor who talks and talks and talks and goes on and on and on. But also some of the candidates that we'll be expecting tonight. We have Major General Shamuntu. He has been a member of the Constituent Assembly back in the day, that was between 1994 as well as 1995. He has also served in Parliament. But after disagreeing with Museveni's approach to politics and the military, He was let go, and now he returns to also see if he can move forward and become the president of Uganda come next year. That shows Alliance for National Transformation is actually in the house.
Kale tutakwogera okugenda maaso n'okubyanjula naye nga bwe twongera okweteekateeka njagala okubategeezaako nti debate eno eri butereevu ku NTV ne TV ne byaffe ebirala byonna egya social media nga olwokugimanya obulungi nteekamu obuteesa mu NTV Uganda ojja kubanga otusanga nawe osobola okugoberera twagala okubategeeza nti debate bweneebeera nga etandise entambula zino ez'okwetala zijja kuba zigendezebwako kirungi ngeza okukyogera nga zakendedde dda n'amaloboozi gajja kuba gakendedde ensonga lwaki twayise abantu batonotono sina candidate ayogera ekigambo n'owulira nga kikukutteko engalo zibeere entonotono tuleme kulikikanga abali ku lwogolo lw'abantu kale twegendereze ensonga eyo tusobola okulaba nga debate yaffe tugiteeka nga erisibo mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
And of course, we'll be touching base with a couple of themes that I'm sure the moderators will be highlighting later on as the debate kicks off. But just in case you just joined us. Coming through to talk to you, the Ugandan who's supposed to vote for them come next year, 2026. If they vote for you,
ekisinga obukulu kya birowoozo by'abantu bagenda okutukulembera nyaffe Uganda eno Katonda bwe yali akituwa akituweesa ddembe era n'abatukulembera abalongoofu ne batufunira omulamwa ku lwa Katonda n'ensi God and my country era ensonga lwaki tuli wano nga tutandise debate eno n'essaala okuva ewaseeka tuli mu bufoobo obw'okusabira eggwanga n'okusabira enteekateeka eno gye tulimu. Tumaze ebbanga lya myaka 5 nga twetegekera okufuna obukulembeze okugenda okutwala Uganda mu maaso emyaka emirala 5. Uganda netula okugiyita nyaffe Uganda nga bwe eri nyaffe Uganda yazaala era neekuza n'okulera n'erera obbo be yalera nemuvaamu abaana 8 abavuddeyo okulaba nga bayingira enteekateeka eno y'okulabira bannaabwe. Kakasiza ddala nti buli omu nyaffe Uganda oyo yamukuba akaama era akaama ke yakuba presidential candidate oyo ketugenda okuwulira olwaleero.
That's nice. So we have 8 presidential candidates that will be able to make their presence seen and their voices heard tonight. Unfortunately, we won't be listening from Robert Kasibante. He's the National Peasants Party presidential flag bearer that is in the upcoming 2026 elections. And also, unfortunately, Mubarak Nyanga, also who wants to be known as Mugati Wambata, also won't be making it tonight, and he's a prominent Ugandan politician, and also a former member of parliament. He believes we should all eat from the same. That's very important. Yeah, but on the broader perspective of everything, I think this is going to be a very wonderful debate. The people that have showed up show that they actually want to be Ugandans. Otherwise, if that was not the case, then all of them should have been here. But nonetheless, like my colleague Molu Gatamba said, will definitely moving forward with the presidential candidates that have confirmed their presence.
Manye kisinze okwenyumira mu presidential race eno ey'omulundi guno buli muntu alina engongo mwali mukutambulira naye buli omu wanjogera owulirira ddala nga ebirowoozo bikulu waliwo abagamba kikukuuma ebyo bituukiddwako obeerawo n'abasuubiza okuleeta enkyukakyuka abalala bagamba kuleeta Uganda mpya kakati katulindirire abantu kye banaasalawo oyinza okyogera ne bakikuteekamu
It's up to the electorate. The people who are out there, they're the ones who have to make their voice heard and basically exercise their constitutional right of going out there to vote their leader of the country. Go ahead, go for it. I will decide come 15th January 2026. That's when I'm going to be making my decision. But I would implore all Ugandans, of course, to turn up and make their voice heard. This is the constitutional right. No one is doing you a favor. You're there to vote for Uganda, to make your home a better place.
Obutweteekateeka njagala Priscilla otuyisizeemu ku ebyo bye tuba tusuubira ebigenda okuva mu katuuti awo obutudde.
All right, thank you so much, Anwar Katamba. As we do have the 5 candidates, we will be receiving them in a short while. When they take the stage, they will be speaking to you, the Ugandan. They will be telling you the one particular problem they have found that cuts across the east of Uganda, the west of Uganda, north of Uganda, south of Uganda, and central of Uganda, a problem that unites all of us 45.9 million Ugandans. And what is their solution? Should you trust them with your vote and give them the mandate to lead you as their leader and president come 2026? That is what we want to scrutinize this evening.
Doctor.
Yes, sir.
So now to you.
We will, as my brother Kowesa always says, but what we're looking forward to is a very candid conversation, honesty, and promises easy to make, and you fail short. I'll not speak of someone who was once a novelist and wrote very candidly about some things, but he failed to deliver. We want to see what our 5 people here have to promise Ugandans and whether or not they can deliver on those promises.
Allow me to interrogate the doctor here. What would be the definition of a promise? Because we have seen different people, different communities saying that promises were made and failed.
Well, usually when someone has no quick retort, they say that that's relative. And what I would say is that could also be very relative if you've been around long enough and you fail to deliver time and again. That also hits very hard.
And as people watching this presidential debate, what should they use as their measure for a promise to be kept?
Well, the answer to that is quite simple. If you go through manifestos over time and you do see a regurgitation of something being said over and over and over again, then you have your answer already. So some of the candidates here that we're going to see have put out manifestos in the past. Some parties have been around for some election cycles, and it is time for us to interrogate, are you copying and pasting the same message that you had 5 years ago and putting it forth to us this time around?
All right. We do have our social media platforms that are equally running with engagement and poll questions. Please feel free to actually reach out with your voice. Your voice matters in this presidential debate because you are the Ugandan that they are talking to tonight. The hashtag is NTV Presidential Debate 2025 across all our social media platforms, NTV Uganda and Spark TV. Please also be reminded that we are streaming live on our website www.ntv.co.ug.
Tuyanza nnyo tweyanzenge beera bwetyo bwegenda okuba era mukadde kano ndowooza ba presidential candidates baffe bonna bonna betugenda okubeera nabo baweddeyo bamaze okutuuka. Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu naye amaze okutuuka nakati akadde konna tugenda kuba nga tuyingira mu debate yaffe naye nga tetunaba kuyingira mu debate eyo. Doctor, Mwati pati pati tambulanga ilaga debate eno kigenda kubeerayo waliwo ekigambo kyewakozesa not slogans sebo wali otegeeza nti but it's just ideas sebo tumenyeremenyere not slogans but ideas sebo wali otegeeza nti
kikizange era Oluganda waliwo abantu bangi abalowooza simanyi Luganda naye omusajja muganda wawulu wewetegereza okulonda okwensi gye bayita United States of America webafuna bwetuze independence in 1776. That was a while back from the British. Something interesting happened. Fast forward to the Ronald Reagan time, and something that was fascinating was Ronald Reagan came up with a slogan for his campaign. And when he came up with this slogan, it was "Make America Great." Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Because someone used the same slogan in 2016, just added one more word, which is "Make America Great Again."
Okay.
So if we have to go with sloganeering, then that is exactly what some people will do. They'll get away with murder just because you don't have a long enough memory to remember that there's a man who was once an actor, turned governor of California, turned presidential candidate, and won the election.
Okay.
Oh, the same Arnold. Ah.
Kati kano twanirize afuganya kuba president Frank Bulinda Kabinga amaze okutuuka. Frank Bulinda Kabinga ono yakwatidde ekibiina kya Revolutionary People's Party RPP kuli oyo atuuka agende kutereevu ekikudondo bali kutereevu wali waggulu mu Baganda getuyita akatuuti Olungereza bakakuyita podium. Omukulu oyo yatuuka ebyobufuzi teyakabiyingira yabitandika ebbanga ddene emabega era nga yaliko mu kibiina eky'abaana DP abaali abavubuka KYD ate gye yava neyeegatta mu Dr. Aggrey Kiyingi mu Uganda Young Democrats gye yava n'alyoka yeegatta ku kibiina kino ekya RPP amaze okuvuganyiza ku ntebe ey'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga. Tukwegaliza omwaniriza.
So Frank Bulinda Kabinga is a Ugandan politician and also the presidential candidate for the Revolutionary People's Party in the 2026 general elections. Up next, the other contender that will be joining us tonight is Honorable Nandala Mafabi. He is currently the opposition figure leading the Front for Democratic Change and is their flag bearer for the 2026 general elections. Please welcome Nathan Nandala Mafabi.
Batembe okwaniriza okulatuuka era nga Nathan Nandala Mafabi naye ebyobufuzi teyakabitandika yabitandika ddala mwaka gwa 2021 gy'abadde nga omubaka wa paalamenti okutuukira ddala olwaliro avuganya ku ntebe y'obukulembeze bw'eggwanga. Omukulu yakolako URA era akoze emirimu mingi nnyo okutuuka watuusa awo. Sebo tukwaniriza era tulindiridde okuwuliriza ebirowoozo byogenda okutuwa. Omutwale butereevu ku katuuti Dr. n'amusuubizaawo ebibuuzo.
And just to highlight his education, his level of education, he attended Busoga College, Miriam Jinja. He also graduated from Makerere University in 1988 with a Bachelor of Statistics and Economics. He also followed that with a postgraduate diploma in education, and that was in 1989. And also, that was from Makerere. He also obtained a diploma in income tax administration, and that was from the Uganda Management Institute in Kampala. In 1993, he passed the Certified Public Accountant examinations, and that was both in Uganda and Kenya as well. Currently, like I said, he is the presidential flag bearer for the Front for Democratic Change.
Basoko ne banyamu twanirize General Grigor Mugisha Muntu na MNT twaniriza ku debate ya eno etegekeddwa aba Nation Media Group ekitongole ekitwala NTV, Spark TV, olupapula lw'amawulire olwa Daily Monitor, Radio Bulidembe FM, Sankore KFM, oyo yadumirako n'amagye g'eggwanga era y'omu bannansi abeetawo obutereevu olutalo olw'abanunuzi abaleeta gavumenti ya NRM obuyinza sebo tukwaniriza.
Chebut was officially nominated on September 24th, 2025, and is also known for his calm, values-based political approach. And his focus has always been on addressing governance issues. He has also criticized the current government for its failure to convert the country's wealth into prosperity. That is the retired Major General Shamuntu. Thank you for joining us.
Joseph Mabirizi, Elton Joseph Mabirizi, naye amaze okutuuka era ngo yavuganyako ne mu kalulu ka 2016 ebulwa akakiiko k'ebyokulonda gye bamuwa bonna bafunye omukisa n'abutubuulira naye sebo tukwaniriza ku debate etegekeddwa aba Nation Media Group era tulindiridde okulaba ebirowoozo byo ekiro ky'olwaleero.
Elton Joseph Mabirizi is the presidential candidate for the Conservative Party, and that is in the upcoming 2026 general elections. Just like my colleague said, this is his second time contesting as president, and I'm very sure he's not new to these things. Mabirizi. Still very much around, by the way. I remember his name trending as Mabirizi, and I think it's a cool name. We like presidential candidates that are actually relatable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which class were you?
2016, I was already at campus. I was already doing my university degree.
I think guys out there, they are now.
I'm old enough.
tulindirira omukulu Joseph Elton Mabirizi okubanga naye yayingira atwale ekifo kye nga twongera okweteekateeka.
All right, as we wait for Joseph Elton Mabirizi to come through, the other contender that's going to be joining us tonight is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. He's also known as Bobi Wine. He's a politician. He's also the president of the National Unity Platform, a former musician. He's an actor. He's a businessman. And he transitioned to politics and gained prominence as a critic of the president, that is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Kulo gwe tuleeta yaliko omuyimbi ebiseera we yabeerera omuyimbi ayitibwanga Ghetto Gladiator era ayitibwanga Ghetto President. Simanyi oba ekifo kye naye tujja kuba nga tumufuna mutegezeddwa nti Mabirizi naye atuuse. So Elton Joseph Mabirizi, presidential candidate owa Conservative Party, sebo tukwaniriza obwedde ensi yakulindiridde dda ate olina ekyafaayo ekyobudde abantu 2016 abamu babadde batandisa okweraliikirira.
That is Elton Joseph Mabirizi, the presidential candidate for the Conservative Party in the 2026 elections. He's doing it again as he's also joined by the party chairman, John Kendall Chamzi, and a nice combination. Conservative Party is in the house, officially. The man. All right, Conservative Party is in the house. And now let's move forward to our final candidate of the night. That is Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. He is the presidential flag bearer for the 2026 general elections on the ticket of the National Unity Platform. Please join us and welcome Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi.
Kyaliko kisaawe ekyokuyimba era nakakyakyakimu empejja zikyajja nnyingi nnyo tutera okuziwulira weewaawo tezizannyika mu nkipi natusonyiwa muyinza okuzitubanja.
But his political journey actually started in 2017. When he represented Chadondo County East, that is in the Parliament of Uganda. There were some things that happened there, so we won't dwell on that. All we know is that he leads the people power, the power movement, and has been a major opposition force. And he also ran for president in 2021, and he's here to do it again next year.
Tulize Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu atambula n'omulamwa ogw'okugamba nti aleeta Uganda empya ekkooti y'abantu ebyo bimu ku bigambo byasinga okutambulira kuba bamulaze ekkubo kyamu yabatafaayo tuyinza okwogera ebingi ne tubukyamu.
I'm telling you a quote. I'm not a damn sharing the president out of the year. Really, I think it's a good idea.
Kale, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi Ssentamu asinga obungi okumatika Bobi Wine, President National Unity Platform. Akulembedde Ebilvin Bedun asoma amawulire ga NTV Weekend Edition.
Our final contender walking in right now, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi Ssentamu. He's the president of the National Unity Platform. Doing this for the second time.
Abakulu nga bamaze okutuuka kadde kano tugenda kuwaayo obudde bwonna bwe tulina okulaba nga tuwa bamoderators baffe akadde batandike session yaffe ey'okubaganya ebirowoozo bakutegeezesa nti abamu aba bagenda okulemberamu ku lwa NTV presidential candidates bano njagala tumubanjulire basobole okubategeera obulungi. Abagenda okulembera ku debate eno ku lwa NTV tulinako Priscilla Regina Nalwoga, abamu ku mmwe abali awo ku podium yali abakyazizzaako, ye presenter wa program ya Morning at NTV. Program ebeerawo buli lunaku okuva ku Monday mpaka ku lunaku olwokutaano. Ye Priscilla Regina Nalwoga omu ku bannamawulire abagondedde obulungi omulimu guno.
And seated next to her is Anna Segawa. He is a doctor, a monetarist, and a central bank scholar as well. He has also been in the newsroom for quite some time, so he's well versed with that field as well. He's going to be our moderator as well for the presidential debate as we gear up for the 2026 general elections.
Mu presidential candidate kanyibirire wano okusobola okundaba ze Annual Katamba akati katubaweeyo eri bannaffe baneeno abagenda okubakulembera mu debate badde ne prefer.
Over to you, Arnold and Priscilla.
Good evening, Uganda, and to all watching us across the world. It is 8:34 in Kampala and midday 34 in Washington, D.C. There are very many people who are eager to hear, especially the diaspora, what all of you have to offer us as presidential candidates, and we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Tonight, live from Kampala, NTV and Spark TV bring you a defining moment in our nation's democratic journey. The NTV Presidential Debate 2025, the race for 2026. I'm Dr. Arnold Segawa, together with Priscilla Regina Nalwoga.
Good evening to you, Uganda, and good evening to you, our candidates. Our candidates, how are you? Pressure. Let's turn on those microphones and just hear your voices so that we know you're the one. I will start with the General. General, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
We are fine.
You are fine.
I trust you are fine.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. A round of applause for you. Mr. Robert Chagulanyi.
Mic check, 1, 2.
1, 2, check. It's a pleasure to have you. Good evening.
It's a pleasure for me to be here. Good evening, viewers. Good evening, our dear moderators. Good evening, fellow candidates.
All right. We also do have Honorable Nandala Mafabi. Honorable, good evening.
Good evening, everybody. Look forward to it.
It's a pleasure to be in your company. A round of applause for you. We also do have Mr. Joseph Kabirizi. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening to all of us.
How are you? A pressure can go, but can they say? Yeah. That's wonderful to hear. If they're confident, then Uganda should be confident about the next hours to come. And finally, we also do have candidate Frank Bolira. Good evening to you, sir.
Dear Ugandans, and thank you so much, NTV, for this arrangement.
and thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming through. These are the 5 candidates, 1 state, and of course 1 country that is watching. Tonight is about ideas, tonight is about vision, as well as leadership, unfiltered, uncompromising, as well as decisive.
Gentlemen, if you may, some hygiene issues. When you're done speaking through your microphone, kindly switch it off, otherwise we will have feedback. And moving on, the focus tonight is on issues that are shaping the future of this nation. We have infrastructure, ICT and innovation, finance and national development, not forgetting health.
And as Julie introduced, our 5 candidates are ready and they have shown us that they're ready to go. There are 5 voices, however, you and I make up 1 electorate. Every answer tonight is going to be counting and every commitment is going to be measured.
Joining us tonight on stage, we have Frank Mulira. We're going in alphabetical order from your surname. On my extreme right, Mr. Frank Mulira, thank you. Mr. Candidate Joseph Mabilizi, thank you. Candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi. In the middle, we have candidate Robert Jagulani, and last but not least, on my extreme left, candidate Mugisha Motu.
Well, tonight marks a very defining moment in our national conversation. Ugandans from across the country, ever since we began this live broadcast, have been talking to us, and they have been telling us some of the things they would like their candidates to actually pinpoint about. And of course, this has been building up to this coverage, from our correspondents in Entebbe to northern Uganda to Mbarara to the voices of everyday Uganda, each one of them sharing what they are expecting of you, our candidates, as you get to address them as a nation. Now, a short while ago, we were introduced to the 5 candidates joining us today, and we get to regret that 3 candidates were unable to join us on this stage tonight, with the hope that all 8 will be present at future debates.
Tonight, we will be looking at 5 themes, that is youth unemployment and jobs. 2 is security, governance and justice. 3, technology and the future of work. 4, infrastructure development and the health sector. And 5, finance and economic development.
And as the word presidential debate does say it, each candidate has 4 minutes for your introduction. Each candidate has 4 minutes and 30 seconds allowed to close your submission to every address under everything that we're going to be discussing tonight. And 1 minute will be awarded to you, and maybe 45 seconds to give your closing remarks when the night is done and dusted. There will be a 7-minute commercial break after the second theme, and these themes were all selected based on months and months of public engagement. Thousands of Ugandans having submitted their priorities and questions. This is through the community forums, digital platforms, and of course the regional outreach. However, the final selections, the structure, and the sequencing for tonight were made independently of the debate team. So as per the debate rules, neither the candidate that you see on the podium this evening nor anyone on the team have reviewed or influenced these questions.
Without any further ado, let us begin. And this is going to be very brief. In 4 minutes, tell Ugandans why you're the best candidate and to take this big job of being the president, not just having the fancy office. While you're at it, also tell Ugandans what the biggest problem is with the country. Let me start with you, Mr. Mulira. 4 minutes.
Thank you so much. Dear Ugandans, my name is Bulira Frank Kabinga Salongo. I'm the presidential flag bearer for the Revolutionary People's Party, a party which merged with the Uganda Federal Democratic Organization, which was led by the late Dr. Aggrey Kiyingi. I'm here in the footsteps of the late fighter Dr. Aggrey Kiyingi, in the footsteps of our forefathers who fought for federalism, the Nkwangas, the Andrew Takome Kairas, the Dr. Paul Kawanga Semogereres, the retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besiges. I'm in this race not just to contest ceremoniously. I'm here to contest and deliver our opposition to State House. It has been a process of over 4 decades, and I think this coming election is going to close up each and everything. This is the time that we need to shape our country. There are only 2 big problems of our country, Uganda. Number 1 problem is Mr. Museveni. The second problem is the system of governance. That is why, as the Revolutionary People's Party, we are looking at federalism. Federalism is the way to go, and it is our core. The RPP, we believe that even if Mr. Museveni goes and we have another president and we don't change the system of governance, we shall remain in the same problems. In my first 100 days, that's why I pledge that Uganda is going to go federalist. Bulira Frank Kabinga, I was groomed by the Uganda Young Democrats. I started my politics in the Kasubi Church of Uganda Primary School way back during the CA times. I joined the Uganda Young Democrats in the second generation after the Dr. Rurume's first generation of UID, the Mabikes. I was part of the second generation, and I was the spokesperson of the Uganda Young Democrats under the leadership of Susan Abo by then. Then I was the students leader for Uganda Young Democrats until I joined Dr. Agre Chiyingi. I joined Dr. Chiyingi purposely because I wanted to remove Mr. Museveni, period. I didn't want to overstay in the opposition. You all much well know that Dr. Agre Chiyingi was standing in the true path of changing this country. In fact, if Dr. Chiyingi or Dr. Besigye had been in this race, I wouldn't have contested. Because they are the only 2 people who had solutions to changing this government, who were focused on removing Mr. Museveni and with realistic solutions. We have done enough politicking, and it is now time to remove Mr. Museveni. That is why I also argue my fellow candidates, my fellow contestants, if they are really genuinely looking at removing Mr. Museveni first, to join me, and we remove Mr. Museveni. We shall sort other issues regarding parties and our aspirations after removing Mr. Museveni after 15th January. So I'm here, dear Ugandans, presenting myself as your next president come 2026. My campaign was derailed. As you know, Dr. Chiyingi, he was living miles away from Uganda, but he was the most feared man. Mr. Museveni feared Dr. Chiyingi more than opposition leaders sleeping in Kampala and Wakiso. You know that.
It's a debate, Mr. Frank Bulira, your time is up, 4 minutes, but since you want to remove Mr. Museveni, then I ask that you move from your seat and come sit next to these 2 gentlemen, in between these 2 gentlemen who have also rightly said that they're doing the same thing. Please stand up and come and sit in between the general and the one who's promising in New Uganda.
No, I'm number 1.
It is okay, we shall decide on 15. Thank you very much. Each candidate being reminded you have 4 minutes for your introduction. And now we move to the second candidate, Candidate Joseph Mabirizi.
Good evening once again. My name is Elton Joseph Mabirizi Salongo from Conservative Party, the party which has outlived generations. In CP, we have the uniqueness that we stand for. Number 1, it's about the governance, which requires fabrication to come up with something new which can fit in the generation we live in. We stand for regional governments, and when we talk about regional governments, many people will ask, what do you mean exactly? We have 16 regions of Uganda, and those 16 regions must have small governments where they share power with the central government. Uganda is like a sinking boat in an ocean. Without coming up with regional governments, we would have done nothing, even if we elect any other leader. So regional government this is where a small group of people to govern. That creating a lot of jobs, which is a problem that we are facing today, but also working on the system of education that we are having in Uganda, which does not help parents, it doesn't help the graduates, the learners, it doesn't help even the government. The first beneficiary of the citizens or the graduates, it is the government. But when they finish, you find that there are no jobs, which has created a lot of dependence. People are working, are very few, and many depend on others. Thank you.
Thank you for that, sir. On to Mr. Mafabi.
My name is Nathan Mandala Mafabi. I came in this election. I come from Forum for Democratic Change. Our theme is fixing the economy and the money in our pockets. The current problem in Uganda is three-phased: corruption, that is greed, poverty, injustice. I have worked in the whole country. You discover poor mothers, poor fathers, who are selling tomatoes, oranges. They cannot even make enough to feed their families. Our children go to school. Out of 10 children who join primary school, only 2 reach B7. That means there's 80% drop. You go to the health center, they will refer you, go out for medical attention, go and buy medicine, go for scan, and those are the main things which bring us in this election. And what's the problem? We have been around for 40 years. We have been talking about peace, 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 and I don't think Ugandans can now eat peace because the peace is there. What we need is people to have jobs, and when they have jobs, they will earn a living. We look forward to investing in agriculture. We look forward to investing in education. We look forward to investing in the health sector. We look forward to investing in infrastructure. I come with experience because I have studied all those. I come with experience in economy, in accounting, in taxation, in knowing poverty, how it's painful. I have worked. I'm fortunate to mention that only maybe you are there, but I was in Ministry of Finance. I worked for World Bank, and we have advised many governments, and I've come out of poverty. So I am coming here with experience to help Uganda to move forward. I come as an employee. I want to be a servant, serve you with all my energy to ensure that people of Uganda can have the 3 meals which are designated in our lives. I am aware that we are 8 candidates, but each of us has his own manifesto. Our manifesto is very clear, it's spelling out what is supposed to be done. We want to create jobs. 60% of the youth are unemployed. 84 people live on 14 people. This is the danger, and this is the biggest insecurity we are having in our country. You get people are walking on the street from morning to evening, looking for what to do, what to eat, and this is causing a lot of problems in our country. In fact, the next time bomb is from the unemployment of the youth. Currently, our economy is structured in such a way that the service sector, which is contributing about 50%, is externalized. That's the telecom, that is the financial sector, and even the industrial part is belonging to the foreigners. Local Ugandans themselves, who live on agrarian economy, which contributes almost 80% of our livelihood, are only having a 23.8 GDP contribution, meaning that our people are living as slaves in their country. This is what we need to resolve, and it's urgent, and it needs somebody who's experienced in that area. In my life, I've been in Parliament for 25 years. I have been there advocating for justice. I've been advocating for, because there's a lot of social injustice, I have been advocating for this issue to do with poverty alleviations. Every election, we see a different thing that they are doing. In 1996, they brought a Dandekwa. In 2001, they brought a Kurembeka. In 2006, they brought Bonaba Gagao. In 2011, they brought Prosperity for All. In 2016, they brought Emioga. In 2021, they brought Operation Noise Correction. Now in 2026 period. If these were really aiming to remove poverty, and they have not done, it means there's total failure in the government. Our government lacks transparency, management, and corruption is at the theme.
Thank you for your submission, sir. Let's move on to candidate Robert Chamberlain.
Thank you very much, dear distinguished moderators, honorable colleagues with whom I'm running for the noble responsibility of leading our nation, ladies and gentlemen present here, and those watching us from afar. I am humbled to be here contesting to lead our country, and it's great pleasure and honor to be representing the common people of our country. As a person who comes from the ghetto and rose to represent the nation at the highest level, I cannot take any further pride than that. But also, I am aware that we are in a nation that is at crossroads. We had independence 63 years ago, and 40 of those years have been covered by one man who has reduced our country to a failed state. Absolutely, it is clear to all and sundry that this nation, which is primarily young, has clearly made a decision, only that they have been stifled. I am aware that I will be taking over a nation where 1.5 babies are born every year, taking over a nation where almost half of the budget goes to servicing debts. I'm aware that I'm taking over. What we promise is a new Uganda which is going to reset. Our country has completely been messed, and it needs to start afresh. Every institution has been captured, and we intend to start again in a new Uganda where people are going to be servants, where citizens of Uganda should take over power to decide the destiny of their lives. As we stand right now, the people of Uganda don't have a vote, they don't have a voice, and they don't have power over their nation. a state has been captured completely, and we hope to liberate not just the citizens, but also those that are leading the country. On the downside, I had really hoped to meet General Museveni here, so I could publicly face him and hear what more lies he has to tell us after 40 years. To hear from him straight the gains he's protecting. Is he protecting the potholes? Is he protecting the rotten hospitals? Is he protecting the broken down schools, the broken down infrastructure? Is he protecting his power and right to torture citizens? I had always wanted to hear that, not privately but publicly from General Museveni. Anyway, it's all right that he's not here because he's in the past and we are discussing the future of our country. So I'm very glad and I hope to share ideas and to teach and learn from these our colleagues. But of course, I must assert it that the people of Uganda, especially the young generation, the new generation that I largely represent, is committed to changing their country and to taking back the right to determine their destiny. I am ready and committed to lead the charge to change Uganda, so help us the Almighty God.
For the evening, with your introduction and why Uganda should believe in your cause.
Thank you, dear moderators. I think it's opportunity again to thank all Ugandan citizens who are sitting in this room and those who are watching us.